Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Fort Worth Roots. You can find Fort Worth Roots on all of your favorite streaming services and on social media and YouTube and our website. It's all Fort Worth Roots. Well, the website's fortworthroots.com. You found a great episode. We do this every Tuesday out at McFly's Pub. We get a live audience together, and we're trying to bring North Texas creators, brands, business owners, anybody that's got something to promote. And we don't call it a networking event, but every Tuesday, 5 o'clock out at McFly's Pub, we want you out there so that you can promote your brand. And you'll see what we do during this episode. Towards the tail end of the recording, we pass an audience microphone around the room and let everybody have a chance to talk. But you're welcome to come out every Tuesday out at McFly's Pub starting at 5 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock, when we get done, we give the stage over to Tommy Luke, who runs the most successful, most amazing North Texas open mic night anywhere to be found. So if you have any questions, if you want more information, go to McFly's Pub on Instagram or TikTok. They're pretty good about posting stuff up there. We always like to shout out. We like to shout out one of our sponsors at the beginning of the show. The azelacademy.org is where we do the morning show now. You can learn guitar, piano, drums, ukulele, voice, bass, early childhood music, band, instruments, STEM programs, art classes, tutoring, test prep, and more. We do the morning show out there every Monday through Thursday. We record at 5:30, and we have the episode out to you by 6:30. And it's just a quick episode, snapshot of what's going on in North Texas and a little bit from around the world. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow's morning episode. If you guys haven't been watching the news, it was a tragic 4th of July weekend. So we'll be talking about that a little bit in the morning. But anyway, let's get into it. We got Dustin Snyder and Susie Ramone, two dear friends of mine and Megan's and the Fort Worth Roots podcast. And we're hard launching, is that how we put it? The Fort Worth AF podcast. And also, as just a little bit of a side note, we have picked up a lot of new listeners to the morning show. We have different programming that we do throughout the week on the Fort Worth Roots podcast. This is not the kind of content that you would play, let's say, as part of a church service. It's not crazy, but it is definitely full of adult humor and content, so I just wanted to warn people. We try not to censor these anymore. We try to give you everything that happens during one of those recordings. So that's what you're getting today. All right. We'll have all the information in the show notes for Fort Worth AF and the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast and Fort Worth Famous with Susie Ramone. That's enough talking out of me. Thank y'all so much for being here. Come hang out with us one Tuesday out at McFly's. How about next Tuesday? All right, let's start the show. Well, anyway, you got a special treat because the number one highest paid podcast in all of North Texas,
I don't know. We'll see how this
Jerry Jonestown Massacre with Dustin Snyder and Susie Ramone. They are here with us tonight, and that would be something in and of itself. But that number one podcast in North Texas that I was just telling you about, they had their last episode a month ago.
A month ago.
Yeah. They closed it down after 13 years.
Almost. She's got nothing.
So.
Yeah, almost 13 years. Or actually.
No, you were at the 13.
We were right at 13.
And it was very sudden.
640 weeks
So
straight.
not only are you getting a very exclusive insight to the best podcast in North Texas, you're getting it a month after on the cool down side after a very violent and very abrupt cancellation of the show. And
I'm
I would
ending
encourage
my silence. I'm coming out.
I would encourage you guys to go check it out because it was a wild ass episode.
No, it was a fantastic
great
episode until the end.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Great. There was so much cool stuff talked about.
It's called the Jerry Jonestown Massacre Podcast. You can get it everywhere.
I'm now wanted by the mob.
And, you know, I hate hearing about a good show after it ends, but 13 years worth of content. So you guys should check it out. And this is the first time after the big thing. And we've got them here with us in studio at McFly's for the first time. Thank you guys so much for being here. Once we get to the tail end of the episode, we're going to pass around the audience microphone, and everybody that's got a business, a brand, anything to promote.
Or a question.
Or a question. That actually comes first. You'll have a chance to ask our guests questions, but you'll also have an opportunity at the end of it to talk about your business. Now, I would be remiss, and I should be hung by my toenails if I forgot to mention that tonight you don't only get the #1 best podcast in North Texas after all that, but you also get the second most badass podcast in North Texas. Fort Worth Famous is with us tonight. Miss Susie Ramone.
Thank you.
We're actually more excited to see you than Dustin, but we'll take what we can get.
I feel like I'm cuter.
You are so much cuter. You know what would make you even cuter?
What?
If you got that microphone just a little closer to your mouth hole.
Okay, is that better?
How are you still playing this music and getting away with it?
Well, we're not live yet, but lately, I've just been kind of doing my thing.
He just
right,
doesn't even
folks.
give a heck.
This is not the intro to the real show?
No. You're at a live event, sir.
I
The
know
rules
I'm at a live
are different.
Event, but I've done a ton of live events, but yours is
Wow.
different.
Yeah.
Everybody's a critic. Okay, are you guys ready?
I've got some critic stuff for you.
You got some
Oh, I
critic
do
stuff?
too.
All right.
Tell us when we're really ready to
You
go.
drive us bonkers, Andrew.
I know I do. I do.
Well,
The
tell us
entire
when you're really
podcast community hates me, and I'm okay with that.
I don't hate you.
It's just
even
because you
a
made
little
one
bit.
post on a Fort Worth Weekly.
You wouldn't know about it if I hadn't told you about
I
it.
know.
All right, here we go.
It's the same intro?
All right, folks. Thank you for being here tonight. Tuesday at McFly's.
Yeah. Woo.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. We got Dustin Snyder and Susie Ramone.
Say my last name again.
Dustin Schneider.
There you go.
Go deep German.
All the way deep. All the way in the good stuff.
Do you
And
know?
Susie Ramone.
Do you know the rules of German? SCH followed by a consonant is sh, and SCH followed by a vowel is sk, like school, and sh like Schneider or Schmidt, which is my maiden name.
All right. Look, I'm doing good just to spell my own damn name right. All right.
I'm
You're
just
talking
letting
to
you
a
know.
GED graduate from Texas. I don't know how literate you expect me to be. And I've got a learning disability.
I just thought that was an interesting fact.
I wouldn't
Thank
get
you.
It is.
on his bad side. He's got his gun showing here.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
What's up?
So cute. I love the tank
So,
top.
you know what's funny? So, there's a story behind this. Your boy had to go get himself a job, and I'm really appreciative to these folks, and it's a great fit. Love my job, love the people I'm working with, but it's not time to show off the logo for the company on the Fort Worth Roots. So, I got here last week, and I'm like, I've just got the polo from work. So, Jacob was nice enough to hook me up with a fee. And I've got this McFly's wife beater now. Tank
You better
top.
be supporting local,
Yeah.
not just getting shit
So.
for free.
Right?
Money for nothing. You're not
And
gonna
the
finish
shit
it?
for free?
And the shit for free.
All right, let's
Gotcha.
cut the bullshit. This
Okay.
is why we're here. We are here to set the Fort Worth Roots show straight.
Okay, let's get into it.
Because
We're gonna get into it, folks. It's gonna get deep, heavy, and hard.
I don't know what the hell you're trying to pull around here,
Veiny hard.
but you.
So exciting.
Why are you still the Fort Worth Roots? You might as well be Azel Roots.
Oh,
All your shows are in Azel. You do stuff Azel. You
God.
talk more about Azel.
Oh, I don't think that that's true.
Well, let
He
me
does.
let me tell you exactly what's going on there. So we do the Tuesday night every week here at McFly's, right?
Correct.
Well, these really excellent folk that are trying to make a difference in the community showed up from the Azel Academy, where they bring in kids and adults, whoever needs to learn how to play the music or get any kind of coaching on how to be a better performer. They do all these things. And this guy approached me on a Tuesday night at McFly's, and he said, you know what? how do I get involved with your show? And this was right after Hoppin' closed down.
You
And
said, as a matter of fact.
And I told him, I said,
need
we
a
are
home.
looking for a new home for the morning show.
I'm homeless.
And so he said, you know what? We would
Sarah
love to have
McLachlan
you
started
at the
playing.
Azel Academy.
In the
You can find them online at theazelacademy.org.
Nice.
They
I
adopted
like
him.
that.
So that's what
They
happened. And you
adopted
know
you.
what?
That's cute.
You know who else doesn't discriminate with Fort Worth? The Fort Worth Fire Department that just took over the EMS
Oh
services.
my
Jesus
God.
Christ. Here we go.
I can't believe it.
So they've got Fort Worth and all the member cities.
Actually, if you want to do this, let's do this.
Okay,
For
all
the
right.
next 2 hours, let's just talk about this because
Hey, speaking of, Tim was at the game
EMT.
last night with us.
Oh, he was?
I love you, Tim.
Yeah. Every time I tune in this show, that's all you're talking about. And it's not that big of a story.
I know. But you know what? They keep bringing it up. And
Hoodoo.
people don't hear Fort Worth Roots Morning Show every day. So I don't know. As far as things happening in our community, I feel like that's one of the biggest changes.
And then this week, you start the show off. Your Monday show starts off with a story from Idaho when you didn't even cover the biggest entertainment story where we almost lost Beyonce. Saturday night in
I
Houston.
saw that.
She nearly died, and I don't think you're taking it seriously
Well,
enough, sir. The Beehive is angry. They're scared. They're sad.
The thing is, I get 3 stories that I get to read in a 20-minute segment, and Beyonce didn't make the cut. You know what it did? People firing weapons at
stopped the show.
firefighters.
Yeah.
That's what took Beyonce's spot, and I apologize to no one.
I wouldn't either. Good job. But I giggled when your feel-good story was a story from England the other day, and you had
And you didn't
no
even
clue.
know.
Right. I'm like, where are these locations? Well, and that's the thing. It is a UK publication that we
Oh,
read
it's
from.
great.
They have the best good news stories. Did you hear today's? So for folks that are listening and have no idea what we're talking about, Fort Worth Roots does a morning show Monday through Thursday, and one of the segments we close out the episode with are goodnewsnetwork.org stories because they have the best.
It was from Denton.
And today, who is from Denton?
The story was from Denton, where the post office worker got the dog.
Oh, that was yesterday. So today, a guy got bilateral hand transplants.
Both hands.
Both hands. Do you know how he lost his hands?
Did they change them?
Please,
left, his right, his
please
right, his
tell
left?
me it was like a chainsaw accident.
He always gets the straight.
It was strep. He had strep throat,
Wow.
and it took his hands and his legs. Did you know that was
Wow.
possible?
No. I had zero clue.
I didn't know that was a thing. So anyway, it's always something. And I'm glad you guys are here to roast the Fort Worth Roots, which is, by the way, still in production.
It is. Nice work.
That's neat. That's neat.
Because I know my show's
I'm gonna
on.
throw my pinky out.
I know my show. Pinky's out, Roberto. I know. I know that my show's on hiatus right now.
And mine is just on a long vacation.
Let's get into it because that's why people tuned in. They want to know, whoa, Dustin poked his head out so that we could all see what's going on with that man after a month of hiatus from the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast, the longest running, highest paid, best podcast in North Texas. A month ago, finally called it quits.
We didn't call it quits.
Well, call it what you want, but I haven't heard an episode in a month.
If you listen to episode 640, you will hear that
you
it's
should.
not quits.
It's my favorite episode.
It's on hiatus for the time being. We're taking a little break because I haven't had a vacation in 640 weeks.
And you deserve it.
And I was tired of it because, it's difficult doing just about every single thing on that show for 13 years.
I don't know why you phrase it like that. I've heard you say it several times, like almost everything. Bro, the only thing you didn't do is run your hand up your co-host's ass and run it like
It's
a
true.
sock pocket.
It's true.
Sock puppet.
I'll let y'all.
It's true. You did everything.
So, I am officially on a vacation, but with that episode, I talked about how we're going to change things a little bit, how I've been wanting to change things a little bit, get a little bit more serious, but I think it's going to be a lot more music focused now, more than it used to be.
Music?
Yeah. And I've got a lot of bands that have reached out and been like,
Oh.
we're in next, we're in
Yes.
next, we're in next, we want to be next. Or put us on the schedule. So probably within the next few weeks, you'll start seeing more pop out. Now, they're not going to be every Tuesday like they have been for 640 weeks straight, because that's just dumb to keep that going. But it's now going to be fun, because I can record it whenever I want and post it whenever I want, and it'll be a little bit more lax than how strict it was.
Can I tell you about my perfect podcast utopia?
What?
What's that?
It involves the Fort Worth Famous podcast, the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast.
Well, that's happening.
That is
and
happening.
the Failed podcast and the Fort Worth Roots podcast being in one studio and not only creating excellent content, but bringing in the community from around us that is also looking for ways to record audio, put together podcasts, furthering education, just whatever we want to do with this space, but being together in one spot and leaning on each other to grow our brand together.
I've been looking for a space to do that for
I love it.
at least 8 years.
There was one.
But the toilet broke.
Toilet did break.
The sewer broke, and now you can't have anybody there because it's
that
it's
happened like year two.
It's like the poop boat.
Oh, gosh.
So if y'all don't know,
On
the Fort
Netflix.
Worth Roots closed down its studio officially last Sunday. We had the U-Haul out there, and we packed it all up, took the sign down. And we want to say thank you to Darren Halk and his entire family for allowing us to use that space for nearly 3 years. But we were not able to put in the funding that would have been required to fix that place up. And so we needed to make way for somebody that could. Anyway, yeah. It would have been Mecca.
That is a beautiful dream, and I don't think that dream should be considered dead.
No, it's not.
It's
we
not.
Just,
No, it's not dead. We just need a spot.
and honestly,
We
you know what
need the failed podcast to start going with us on trips, camping,
Yes,
doing all that
100%.
stuff. Sir.
Trips to the desert.
By the way, we got Sam from the Failed Podcast in studio tonight, folks.
Woo!
Great podcast, excellent human being. Sam is one of my biggest supporters, and I love very few people more than I do Sam. This is a great dude. Y'all can find him on all the streaming services as The Failed Podcast, and I'll try to remember to put that in the show notes. I'm bad about this stuff. But I wanted to get it on recording so I didn't forget. But man, podcasting is important. I really do feel like that.
Oh,
And
100%.
Well, it's a new way of media, and it's a new way of grabbing information or learning about things.
Yeah.
Well, and like we were listening to the 817 podcast when we were driving back from New Orleans the other day.
Shame on you for wasting your time.
Oh,
Whoa,
crap.
shots fired.
Wow.
But if you want to know about
They don't listen to the show.
if you want to know about politics in Fort Worth and what is going on, and I love that they've got a segment called Wins and Losses and Action Items, and I thought it was great. So, but podcasts are a wonderful way to get that information out into the community, whether you agree with it or not.
I guess that's true. I mean, generally, I've lost a lot of respect for people that try to incite violence in our community for no particular reason.
I've never heard them try to
I have
incite
never heard them try to incite
Well,
violence.
I've seen their videos that get a lot of views because they're just talking shit at city council meetings.
I mean, technically, for the last 12 years, you could say that we've been trying to incite violence locally.
Well, I don't know.
Different
There's a
institutions that have
difference.
fucked over people.
There's a difference because you had valuable content in your show. And what they're doing to get themselves promoted is they're showing up at city council meetings and they're just talking mad shit. And
Do you know why? Do you know the history of any of them? Do you know what they used
I don't
to do?
really care. I've met them in person, and
maybe
they're.
before you get super hardcore vocal and everything, you should look in.
I know.
Because there's
I
a
kn-
reason they're there.
I
There's
know
a
she
reason
was
they're-
a city council member, right?
Yeah.
Boy,
Okay.
you're not going to like the first episode of Fort Worth AF. Good God, you're not going to like it at all.
Is she your chief guest?
I'm not dropping any bombs yet, but good
Nice.
God.
So that's what we need to segue this into. I'm not done
Wait,
talking
hold on, hold
shit
on,
about
hold on.
that show, but
Hold on. No. I want to say something now.
I'm not done talking shit. That's great.
It's true.
One thing I do want to say on here, and I'll probably say it on the first episode back of JJTM once we return, a huge thank you to everybody that reached out.
Absolutely.
And sent text messages, phone calls, emails. There was a ton of people I've seen on the streets and in the bars and clubs that have come up and been like, shown their support, said they hated that it ended in the way it did for the time being. And there was a ton of people I didn't even know still listen to the show. They were coming up and were like talking about it.
Yeah.
And then I got some emails from a certain radio station, from some on-air talent at a certain radio station that we had always accused of stealing our bits and our parts. And that was kind of cool.
Did they call you?
They sent emails.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was a...
Did they confirm that they were indeed stealing your bits?
They said we may have taken...
Oh, yeah, dude. That's awesome.
But yeah, some of the boys at the ticket, hey, what's up?
Okay.
And thank you for...
Very nice.
For shooting
nice of them
over.
to acknowledge that. That's
yeah,
good.
for sure.
Because y'all were onto their shit.
Yeah. I mean, we listen to them every day.
Yeah.
And you kind of start hearing things like, that's familiar.
Where have I heard this before?
That's familiar. We just did that this week. Now you're doing it. We released our show on Wednesday, and you guys are doing it on Thursday, Friday. Interesting.
Well, it knocked the wind out of a lot of sails because we love your show.
It'll
the community loves your show. North Texas loves your show.
For some reason.
You've got a lot of viewers across the big wet spot that love your show.
I don't understand it.
I can't imagine.
It'll be back.
You're popular.
Yeah.
Well, and I just, you filled a space that needs to be filled. And I think that any single mother of four might... Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but there was a space...
I want to know more about this mother of four.
That needed to be... It needed to be filled. And you did that. You filled it all the way.
Thank you.
Front to back. You filled it up.
Jeepers.
Well, that's just the way I am. I'm German. I was born that way. It's the way things are. Look at the national averages.
No, but I mean, the reason that a syndicate like the Ticket would have been peeping in, trying to steal content, or draw inspiration.
There you go.
Is because
or Fort Worth Roots.
You guys, or Fort Worth Roots, 100%. And I wasn't bashful about it. The first time I got on the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast, and I was given a chance to tell you, you guys were a lot of inspiration for the show. And I loved what you were doing. I took it a totally different direction, but in the back of my mind, I wanted it to be more like your show. You guys did something incredible.
Well, thank you. It was fun. And I think that incarnation of it ran what it needed to do. It did what it needed to do, and it started getting kind of, I don't know, the world's changed since we started it 12 years ago and what it started out as.
Well, you've changed too. You're an adult now.
Yeah, and, I want it to be a little bit more serious, and I want to spend more time with the guests because they're what are important, and it's fun. One of the things, like I said in 640, one of the things out of, 12 and a half, 13 years of doing it was getting to know all the people I know and hearing their story and getting to know them and finding out what they're all about. That's been absolutely amazing because it's what makes, Fort Worth work and run. Denton work and run, Dallas work and run, because we didn't just focus on Fort Worth. We focused on North Texas.
Right.
And it was just fantastic. And that's what I liked. And the friendships we've made out of it. Some of the, they'll be here forever. Forever friends out of that show. Hell, I wouldn't be in the band I'm in if it wasn't for the show. So.
Well, and I tell people all the time, the question comes up sometimes like, why do you do podcasting? Why do you do it? And it's the connections you make. It's the people you meet. I mean, my last big episode was sitting there with Jay Chapa, city manager of Fort Worth.
Let me guess, y'all talked about ambulances and fire trucks and EMT. And
it was probably mentioned.
He's the city manager.
Well, what I was really trying to get out of him is what are we doing for small businesses in Fort Worth? Because I know that there's incentive programs for large businesses, but what are we doing for small business? And Maddie
That's a good
Parker,
question.
Maddie Parker, another guest on our show, she mentioned that.
Look at this flex.
Right.
Oh yeah, oh
Look
yeah.
at me. Look at me.
We're flexing. We're gonna
I got
we're gonna
Maddie
get
Parker.
more into that flex here in just a minute.
Oh my
But
God.
anyway,
Look how big his head's getting.
so Maddie was saying 80% of the business tax that comes into the city is from small business. So why wouldn't you do everything you can to prop up these small businesses? But at the end of it, Mr. Chapa told me that there's an organization that, does this or that, but he didn't have a straight answer on it. And again, great guy. I love Fort Worth. I love our city management, but I just feel like there should be more behind trying to promote local business, especially if it's bringing in 80% of your business capital to
Yep.
the city.
Yep, 100%.
But
you
they're
shouldn't
not.
give it all to Tim Love?
No, no. And by the way,
you should
Tim
go to
Love.
city council meetings and talk about it.
By the way, Tim Love. What the hell, man? I've been emailing that guy.
Gross.
I know.
Why would you do
I do.
that?
I feel gross every time.
You're like, I feel so dirty. You are a dirty birdie.
So here's the big flex. You ready?
Jeez, here we go.
But it's going to lead into something special.
Okay.
All right. The name of my show is Fort Worth Roots.
Yes.
Tell them the name of the show you got planned.
All right, so, yeah, JJTM's still going to be going. It's going to be here and there.
Stop diverting.
However,
there will now be a new show to where
Love this.
JJTM and Fort Worth Famous team up.
What the fuck?
And we're starting a show. We're going to start recording. We got
our first guest is
our
next week.
first guest next week, and we've got
Oh,
a
hell yeah.
long
List.
list
Nice.
of guests coming. But it's going to be called Fort Worth AF or Fort Worth as fuck.
Damn, I got to edit that out.
Well, you can use either.
Fort Worth as beep.
FortWorthAF.com. It's on all the socials. It's everywhere. You can go by there and start following, start checking it out. The first show will probably be next week.
Yep.
That's
we'll have it
awesome.
up. Well, we're going to do a test show this
We
week.
will do a
just
test
to kind
show
of talk
this
about
Are
what
you
we're gonna
going
talk
to
about.
be recording from the temple?
No.
No, because this will be more out and about.
Okay.
Supporting the local businesses, supporting local bars and restaurants. And
So what
sitting
is your
down there
first
doing something.
location? Come on.
We actually.
The first location we're doing at the house to make sure everything
Yes.
flows right.
Yep.
Everything goes down
Okay.
right.
Well,
And we're super stoked about it.
I'm excited
we-
because this is. I'm sorry. Go
It's
ahead.
been a year in the making. We started talking about it 2 years ago.
Because the day Matt walked out on show 639
Yeah, I remember that.
is almost 2 years to the date that he walked out on me for the third time.
Yeah.
He's walked out on the show 4 times.
Yeah.
And so he walked out on me on the third time.
It's a power move.
Is it? I mean, to me,
I think that's what he thought.
it's a pansy move because you don't sit there and get anything
Yeah.
straightened out or taken care of. You're just walking away from the issue. So anyway, when he walked out the third time for a week, I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. So I started brainstorming and coming up with all these ideas. Started buying domains left and right. Still have the Mark Cuban Missile Crisis.
By the way, Mark Cuban.
He knows about it.
Oh,
Yeah, Mark Cuban knows about that. Jerry Jones knows about this. So I bought Fort Worth AF because I was just like, let's just do something. And AF was in the air 2 years
smart.
ago.
That's
It's
very smart.
So then the goal and the thought is to focus on people that make Fort Worth the city it is. We're going to get people that will come in and talk to us, find out, dig into their lives, find out, about them, their history, what they've done in Fort Worth, and, have a full-on hardcore interview, deep interview with them, something that wouldn't happen on JJTM and something that's more safe than what JJTM was. Because there's a lot of people I wanted to get on JJTM that just wouldn't come on because of the type of
Right.
show it is and the type of careers they have. They didn't, want it to
it got
affect
messy.
what they're doing.
Right. Yeah.
So, and I totally 100% get that. Like, there was a bunch of guests here over the last few months that were like, man, I'd love to do it, but
Yeah.
I can't come in there if you guys, if someone's going to drop the C-bomb.
Right.
Well, and
Yeah.
I was a little bit worried, especially like with our first guest, that she might be, because she is still so involved in politics in Fort Worth, that she might be like, oh, with a name like Fort Worth AF, that might be a little too out there, because everybody knows what AF stands for. But
I feel like it's right on the line.
Yeah. I think it's good
It's
because,
edgy, but
yeah.
it's not too edgy. Like,
But
come on.
And there's so much stuff that makes Fort Worth just such a kick-ass city. And
I've been wanting to talk to her since she was in office.
Yeah.
Because she passed a whole bunch of stuff that I thought was quirky and funny and interesting. But I've been wanting to talk to her for a while, and apparently she listened to our show.
Yep.
Are you not going to tell us who it is? I mean, you're giving
You'll-
us all these details.
you'll hear about it
Okay.
on the first
All right.
episode.
She listened religiously to where when we would run into her, down on the south side at random, she'd just be like, hey, y'all talked about this week. Well, this is what you're getting wrong, or this is what you're doing.
That's cool.
Let me explain
Yep.
this, how this works.
Yep.
So
it was cool.
I've got to really just congratulate you and tell you how much you have meant to me just building the Fort Worth roots. As far as mentorship, you're the only thing I got going.
Because everybody else turned their back on you. 'Cause
That's
you made
pretty.
a weird
that's
post
that's
on
pretty
Instagram.
much it. Yeah.
But
Now-
but definitely too, like for Fort Worth Famous, when Funky Town Podcast was going away, and Jeff was like, I need for you to start something, and
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what to do. Dustin was the one who was like, this is what you guys need, and
Now,
you
I-
can go for
I
it.
Here's
also-
the gear. Here's how you do it.
As
Help
I'm
me
talking
get-
about this, I'm forgetting a very main key part of this.
Matt Thomas.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to weave this in there because you guys came in different ways of support, but Sam with the Failed podcast
Yep.
has. I can't believe he's here tonight. I'm glad he is.
Yeah, I'm glad he showed up too. That was awesome seeing him walk in.
But this dude has given me so much love and support through this entire process.
He's at all your events,
the format of my show,
even the ones we don't go to.
the format of my show has leaned right down the middle between what you got going on and what Sam's got going on. And we have done a great job of collaborating. And
I want to do Sam's shows. What I want to do.
really, yeah. And
It's
now
fun.
it makes
It's
more
a weird,
sense.
like,
Yeah.
what he's got going on is interesting. Very,
But-
very interesting.
But together,
How
we
you
we have boiled down the Fort Worth podcast scene to the best parts, and it's kind of in this room.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, want to thank you, Sam, Dustin,
Collab for sure.
my God,
Collab, yeah.
you guys.
Totally.
We can't let it stop. We got to keep building this thing because Fort Worth could be the center point for podcasting if we got enough people interested in doing it.
It was
Well,
for
and I
a
like it
while.
too.
It really
Until
was,
everybody
yeah.
from
We had a great
California
group.
had to move to Austin.
Well,
That wasn't it.
no, but
No,
a lot
it
of times
actually was.
a lot of times people are like worried and they say, like, is it a problem that you guys like might have the same people come on your shows and talk
No,
to them? But
that's a positive.
right, and
It's
because
also a little promotional, like a local promotional tour.
Yeah.
right, but
that
but
artists
because
do.
we're all so different, the questions that we want to ask and the things we want to talk about with people in the city are all going to be different. We might have some overlapping conversation, but not a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, and I truly do believe that podcasting could be a great engine for supporting the community. And
It has been.
Dustin kind of joked at this a minute ago, but I left a Emojicon comment on a local publications post. What was that? 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But the point that I'm trying to get to is the the nature or the vibe that you're trying to put out, are you trying to support the community or are you trying to just get clicks? Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. The Fort Worth Weekly, I wish to God that publication would survive and do well and thrive, but they get into this clickbaity bullshit, and it doesn't help our community.
So, Lee, if you'd like to come on to Fort Worth AF and talk to us about it.
That's a great idea.
No, I really want to talk to him.
I personally would not like to have him on my show, but I think you guys should have him on yours.
No, I really do.
Yeah.
We've had a fun little 2-hour conversation on the phone, and that guy's responsible for a lot of stuff when it comes to the local weekly newspapers across the country. His history is pretty crazy, but him being here in the backyard of his number one focus and not realizing that even though they may think it's coming across as funny or real edgy or whatever, it's not uniting the community. Some of their stuff is very negative and pulls people apart and gets people very angry.
There are things inside of our public domain, our city leadership, that need to be called out and they need to be addressed and so on and so forth. But if your main goal is to get clicks or attention, listen, just do what you're supposed to do. Whether it's paper, podcast, or any other source of media, let's bring the community together. And
unless you're Mercy Culture.
Okay. You did it right here on my show. You had to say the name. That's Baltimore. You know that. We don't say that name.
Dude, they're in my neighborhood now. It's the worst.
They're getting 820 fixed.
They are getting 820 fixed.
Okay, well, good for them. I'm glad. 820
No,
sucks. So
that's gross.
no, fix it. Mercy Culture, fix 820.
The city of Fort Worth should have been fixing it anyway.
Mercy
The fact
Culture,
that
I want no blood. No blood, Mercy Culture, please. I love you.
Fixing the
Gross. Why would you say that?
I'm not starting that war. I'm not. I mean, Maddie Parker backed down from that one, so I will too. I'll excuse myself.
Because it's the Mercy Mafia.
Dude, you see those stickers on the backs of so many cars.
Yep.
And every one of them is an asshole driver. I'm just going to put it out there.
Well,
none of them can drive.
I will.
I've been cut off.
I'm going to rebuttal that.
The most people I get cut off in Fort Worth have that damn sticker on the back of their car.
Well, I'll rebuttal that with most of you need to go back through driving school. That's what I'll rebuttal that with.
True. And it's rough, too, because I truly believe that most Christian people really think that they're doing the right thing.
They embody the principles.
No, not that they embody.
Until they cut me off.
But I do think that they really do think that they are doing the right thing. And, and a lot of people are very Christ-like. It's a lot of times the organized religion itself that makes it worse. So
this is the episode that gets me put in prison.
There's what I have to say about that.
If I got the mafia after me now, you're about to have.
I made Dustin go to a bunch of voodoo shops and places.
I
asked him if we could go to one of the temples, and he was like, "Absolutely not."
They have. Who has temples?
No.
New Orleans voodoo temples.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you go in there?
Not my deal, man. I'm not into that. Not my deal.
So I was recounting on the episode out there at what's the name of the trail we went down? It's like 4 hours long.
The River Road.
River Road. So we're going down River Road.
Rally.
Box. Dustin's like,
you don't know what that means. Shut up.
So
we're Formula One. Let's talk Formula One.
Now, hold on. I'm going to get through this story.
No?
So we're out at Big Bend National Park. We're going down River Road, and we find this just old as shit gravesite, and it's got 20 gravesites?
Yeah, it was a family.
Yeah, and we found out, I guess later, or did we know before? No, we didn't know when we got there. Mm-hmm. We found out later that it was people that were working on the park and perished in the middle of that. Yeah. So my silly ass, because I'm always interested in learning more about ghosts, I invited them to come with us. And Susie was like,
but it was weird because
stop!
You were inviting them to come with us as you peed on their grave, and
I
was like,
didn't pee on the grave.
That is
Okay.
not
Well, so
right.
here's
man.
the
You
thing.
should not be doing that.
Did not
were-
do
That is
that.
not right.
You were inviting
Did not
them
do
to come
that.
with us, but they need to be there, not away from there.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
So anyway, I was like, hey, no pressure, but if there are any ghosts that want to come hang out
I don't
with us
know.
tonight at our
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what
campsite.
the hell came home with us from NOLA.
NOLA.
Yeah, because we were just in NOLA this past weekend,
Yeah.
and I don't know what she brought home with us.
He wouldn't let me ring any bells, so I didn't even bring anything home with me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, are you talking about the ragamuffin and Mama Caboche?
This is getting more
We
confusing.
had to go see Anne Rice's grave.
Oh,
and
yeah.
do
Yeah, I
some
did want to
weird
go see
shit
Anne
there.
Rice's grave. It was really good. I didn't bring home any graveyard dirt. I left that in the graveyard.
That is
So anyway, I feel like after our Big Ben trip, I can pretty much rule out that ghosts exist.
Oh, don't you dare.
You don't think so?
Yeah, no, ghosts definitely exist. For sure. I have a
Okay.
ghost at my house. Well, he goes to Katie's quite a bit.
Go on.
So, when I moved into my house, there is one room in particular where every day, kind of at a certain time, I would hear a very specific noise. And my dog would go in the room and he would look in a very specific place. And I was like, oh, I've got a ghost. And then Katie came to live with me,
Your daughter.
my daughter, my oldest daughter.
The dog will not go in that room to this day.
He doesn't go into the room. So
if we go in there, he'll
stand at the door.
look at the corner, look around the corner, and be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yep. So, but Katie came home and she was sleeping, not in that room, in another room in the house. And this one night, she yells down the hallway to me. She was like, Mom. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, come here. So I went down to her room and she was like, my slippers keep lighting up. She had these, like, you know, the little fancy fur slippers that lit up back in the day, like
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Motion,
8 years ago,
motion
whatever.
activated.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
cute. And I was like, oh, I forgot to tell you, we've got a ghost. And she was like, oh, okay. So then she was
All
fine.
good.
Yeah. And then when I moved, she had some roommates move in with her. And one of her roommates was then staying in that room. And they were like, Katie? And she was like, oh, I forgot to tell you, we've got a ghost. And he was like, oh, okay. So yeah, it's a male ghost.
I came home a couple of weeks ago and it had opened one of my
Oh,
Star
yes.
Wars Lego boxes and built the entire thing.
It did not.
And
How
it
do
was
you
just
know
sitting
it's a
there.
male ghost?
You can just feel it.
You feel it?
Yeah.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah. No, but we have had, like, I got up the other morning.
It has a ghost penis.
I got
It's a boy.
No,
I
got
can
up
see
the
it
other.
throb in the morning.
I got up the other morning and the medicine cabinet door was open.
That's
And I
'cause
was like,
did
what
that.
the heck? Oh, you did that?
Yes.
Oh. You just didn't close it? You did that for me? Why would you do that?
It was in the middle of the night. I was looking for those
Ghosts.
gummies.
Oh.
Not the ones you're thinking of.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Okay.
So, there's the ghost story
All right.
at my
so
house.
there are ghosts. I don't know. I
have a
tried
question.
to invoke ghosts from like the back in the day, and they didn't make it to our camp.
To you, people that are actually paying attention, is there a darker state in the Union than Louisiana?
What do you mean?
It's tragic and
It's-
sad.
Everything is death and evil.
Oh,
that has
yeah.
happened. Like,
It just feels
Yeah.
sad. And it almost feels like New Orleans is overcompensating for the sad.
like that's supposed to be the most haunted city.
Well, it's a tourist thing, right? I mean, they leaned into it hard, and it became
a
like
lot
their
of
thing.
a lot of hardcore shit happened down there.
Sure.
Pirates killing people.
Okay, we got that.
Voodoo.
We got that in Texas. I don't know about the voodoo thing, but
Well, it was the
again,
same pirates that went from Galveston
Right.
to New Orleans. Back
we're
and forth.
we're all up and down the
His
Gulf of America.
graffitis, His little fleet.
Susie gave me a look. We'll just call it the Gulf. I think everybody's happy with that, right?
Okay.
But anyway, it's a very tragic state.
Yeah. Well, after Katrina,
Yeah.
man, that I don't know. Are we old enough now that people don't remember how bad that was?
Well, you know what? I had forgotten that the hurricane actually missed New Orleans, and they thought they were in the clear, and the levee broke.
Sure.
And that's when all hell broke loose.
And to this day, there's a lot of people that think there were explosions on the levee.
Yeah. Well, Tower 9 is my conspiracy. So.
Somehow we were driving all through the Ninth Ward because I wanted to check it out and I wanted to see it. And we were just cruising through there and I was shooting a bunch of photos and stuff. We ended up next to the Brad Pitt houses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the pink homes?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like 4
That's a
of
whole
them.
controversy.
4?
There's only 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And it was a...
that's weird.
Yeah, it was real weird. But, heck, New Orleans, though, is pretty rad. I liked it. There was a bed and breakfast for sale for $2 million. But
7,000 square feet.
7 bedrooms, 7
That's
bathrooms.
Pretty extreme. It
It
sounds
was-
like a good deal.
It was a super good deal. We're
the
like,
Garden
what's wrong
District.
with it? In the Garden District, yeah.
2
There's something
blocks
wrong.
from Trent Reznor /
Anne Rice.
Anne Rice /
Yeah.
John Goodman's houses. And the Mannings.
Louisiana just
The
ain't pulling
Mannings.
Disney prices, I guess. I don't know.
I
I
don't
haven't
know.
been. I've never been.
I had never been either.
We need to make a trip.
It was really fun.
I wanna go back
I
in the
can't wait to
fall.
go back.
Because there's other stuff. This is the first time I've actually got to explore the outer areas. And we found Carcosa.
Ooh, we did find Carcosa.
What
If
is
you're a
that?
fan of True Detective
Season
Season
one.
1,
Okay. All right.
we went to the Yellow King's lair.
It's called Fort Macomb.
We broke into it.
It was really funny because the gates are closed and there's like a chain and stuff. And I was like, I don't see a lock.
Just went right through.
And Dustin was like, well, let me go see if I can open it. He's like, you guys down to, break into Fort Macomb? And I was like, yep.
Are those the most recent aerial shots you
No,
took?
that was a
that's
hospital.
Charity Hospital that closed right after
Katrina.
Katrina, and it's been closed ever since.
So 20 years.
And they can't tear it down because of asbestos issues.
Real quick.
That one in another building downtown are skyscrapers that sit empty.
We need to tell folks that Dustin is not just the proprietor of the best podcast in North Texas, but he's also an incredible. Listen, I'm not just talking him up. He is one of the best photographers I've ever met. And y'all should check
I
it out
agree.
on Instagram, Plastic Dusk. It's plastic with a K.
Yeah.
Dust.
Dust. And then plasticobject.com. You can use a K or a C.
Jesus, dude.
Plasticobject.com.
I've got at least 4 either originals or prints. I guess they're all prints.
And your engagements,
Yeah.
if anybody's ever seen them.
Yeah.
Yep, those are all over the place. You can go to Fort Worth Roots on all the stuff and see engagement photos with me and my lady shot by this bad mama
And
jamma.
my-
And Big Ben,
Yep. Lots of
Terlingua.
yes. And then lots of portraits. My youngest daughter wanted to have family portraits with her husband and their 2 dogs because one of her dogs is getting older.
Yeah.
And
By
working,
the way, I need to schedule that.
working so well
The
with
dog
them. You know what? That's when my dog, my Hunter, my Choco Lab, when he was getting to where I knew he would be crossing the Rainbow Bridge soon, Dustin was like, the one thing you need to do is have portraits with him.
Yeah.
And he was like, I will come to you, because Hunter wasn't in a state where he could really travel very much.
Yeah.
And he came to where I was and took pictures of us together. And it was amazing, and it's one of my most cherished memories.
And I'll have contact info in the description for these episodes so you guys can
Yeah.
find them. But yeah, I need to schedule that with me and my dog and my lady.
Yeah. And then
My specialty is dying animals and Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. That's the range. A dying animal and Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Those are the 2 things I shoot.
astrophotography. You do amazing astro stuff.
Concerts.
Yeah, your ass
And
is amazing.
concerts. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, your ass is pretty amazing. I like it.
Astro photography.
Well, I'm really looking forward to Fort Worth AF.
It's coming.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
buddy.
be so good. And I think that it would only be fair for me to tell your friends coming on the show that I don't violently hate you, but I think you could do better.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of that. We'll figure things out.
Yeah.
That's part of having these conversations is figuring out where they are and what's going on and why they do what they do. You know?
Yep. And if anybody has anyone that they would like for us to feature on Fort Worth AF, let us know. People, places, things, you know. Fort Worth is an awesome city.
Is there any chance that I can get you to admit that Fort Worth Roots had a little bit of influence on the direction you took with the new show?
No.
Okay.
No, because I just said earlier, I mean, I've been wanting to try to tighten things up and be more serious, but the legacy and how long we've done JJTM and the name, you can't get people that are in prominent positions on a show like that.
Okay.
Because of what we've done. So.
All right.
But we've got some good connections. You're one of them to help
Yeah.
us get in touch with people that we want to talk to too.
Yeah.
Yep. So we can say that.
Nice.
You've been a good influence on us, Andrew.
Okay, Andrew, you've been an influence.
Well, now it feels
The entire
stressed.
future of what JJTM is going to do and Fort Worth AF is purely influenced by Fort Worth Roots.
Got the sound bit.
There you go.
We got it.
You
We
can
got
do
the
it.
sound bit.
Cut that up, put it in an intro. You got it.
That's all I needed.
If we're going to be just on a promotional tour here,
Yes.
Let's promote.
you got a banner behind it that says Amplify 817,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
and you can stream stuff and everything.
I love what they do. Well,
there's a little band on there.
Our show anymore, but
Well, they told
still
me why.
love them.
Because of your radical posts that you put on Instagram. They were like,
yeah, that makes sense.
But there's a band on there that just got accepted into the Amplify 817 family. And if you have a Fort Worth Library card, you can go listen to our new album anytime you want.
You don't need a library card to do that.
That's true. I don't know. I mean, that's what they say. Anyway. My band, The Spectacle, our latest record...
Search and Destroy.
is on Amplify 817. You can go there and check it out. You can put it on...
Is it called Tap the Brakes?
No. Bait
What is
and
happening?
Switch. It is called Bait and Switch.
Oh, nice.
I'm just teasing him because Tap the Brakes is something he says all the time.
But that's a song title.
Oh, it is a song title too.
Yeah, on there.
You're right.
But it's available. You can go up there. You can stream it. You can listen to it. You can put it in a playlist. You can do all sorts of crazy stuff. But you can go check it out there. And it's on every music outlet out there also.
And it features
So.
one Miss Susie Ramone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. On
one-
top of
on one
everything
song.
else that Dustin is a badass at, he also is a member of one of the most incredible North Texas bands, which apparently just got inducted into Amplify 817. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a
We're on
great
there.
bass player.
You know what? Who didn't know it either?
Who?
Myself. Well,
You
I
filled
filled
out all
out
your
I
paperwork.
filled out all the paperwork and all the legal stuff, and we all went through this whole legal
Rigmarole.
and got it all done, but didn't hear anything back. Like if it was all good to go, and then all of a sudden, as I'm just kind of cruising around and looking at things, oh, there's a post about it. Okay, so I can actually talk about it now.
Robert, don't you run off yet. I got sweet things to say about you.
So yeah, it's on there. You can go check us out if you like heavy, hard, crazy.
And if folks
Evil
don't
stuff.
know, Amplify 817, you can get them online at amplify817.org, and you can stream them on your phone, device, whatever, in the background, just like you do Spotify. The only difference is it's free, and Amplify 817 pays artists up front. They don't wait on streams or clicks or whatever. They pay the artists up front. So if you're looking for a great way to support local artists, Amplify817.org, even though they have lost all love for Fort Worth Roots. we still support them, and that's why we carry this banner with us everywhere we go.
This is news to me. Where's my check?
I really do think that they are an amazing organization.
Oh, 100%.
You got paid up front, by the way.
No, I haven't yet.
Somebody did.
No.
It
would come to me.
One of the things I love best about the program is not only do they support local musicians, but they help cultivate local musicians by having instruments available for people to check out. For
they do that.
Certain
You can
amounts of
donate.
time, you can donate an instrument if you've got one. But they've got banjos, they've got flutes, they've got saxophones.
Ukulele.
Ukuleles. If you've got somebody who would like to learn a musical instrument but they don't have the means to buy one, you can contact the City of Fort Worth Libraries and Amplify 817 and find out more about that program.
Yeah. And it's as far as Fort Worth goes and what they're supporting as a city, Amplify 817 is the tip of the spear, in my opinion, as far as great local outreach programs.
Yep, for sure.
I need to give a big shout out and a thank you to my buddy Robert, who shows up just about damn near every Tuesday night. Your boy here forgot the big old PA system that I carry with me, and honestly, I think this thing is doing better because people can hear it, and I'm not getting near as much feedback.
A little bit here and there, but it's
right.
It's
And I've adjusted it, but thank you, Robert. You are
good job.
Robert.
Yeah, it sounds good.
daggum all-star. And thank you to the folks that showed up tonight.
Wait, hold on. That's it? I thought we were ripping the Band-Aid off. That's it?
We're getting ready to
That's
close
all the questions
it
you
down.
had. You said you had hardcore questions for me, and all this was softballs.
Well, next time I'm going to...
Next time
I'm going to relax your anus.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know either. All right, so this is the segment where you guys can come
drunk.
up, grab the
This
remote.
guy's drunk.
Yeah.
Grab the remote and dial mtv.com on the remote. Talk to us about questions you might have for these two people. Anybody got questions for our guest today?
No.
No? All right, now it's time to promote your brand. Sam, you're up first. Come on, man. Grab this big orange thing and swing it around.
That's weird, too.
Yeah, I
I
know.
wouldn't do that.
Do as you're told.
I'm not on camera.
Oh,
Can you
that's
hear me?
wrong.
Test 1,
There we
2,
go.
test 1, 2.
I can hear
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, how are y'all doing? My name's Sam Escobar with the Failed Podcast.
You.
If you want to launch a pod, I guess you can call me. But I'd rather you listen to my podcast. But anyways, guys, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I'm going to stay tuned to what's coming with your new project. It sounds exciting.
Thank you, sir.
And Andrew, keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, it's my first time here, guys. So thank y'all for...
Sam, tell them where to find your
You
show.
keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, sir. The Failed
It's
Podcast
fun.
anywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple, anywhere you go. Just The Failed Podcast.
And I mentioned it earlier, Sam, but you are one of the greatest points of inspiration for the Fort Worth Roots, and I appreciate you so much. Everything you've done for the show, thank you.
Well, thank you for saying that, Andrew. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all have yourselves a good evening.
Thank you, Sam. All right.
I think you were just delivered a fax.
Who just handed me paper product? I don't know if you know this,
think
but
that-
this is a podcast. Sir, I need you to come up here and grab this microphone. Come on, let's go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing this. I don't take fax, email, none of that.
Yeah, we don't.
Grab that orange thingy.
He
Watch
won't
your
read
feet.
a wet fax. I've tried to send it over.
This is sticky. Why is it sticky?
Because it's a wet fax.
All right. So who are you, sir? What's
I
your
am Russ
What's your
from Dirty
Christian
Drive.
name? You're Russ.
I am Russ, man. How are you?
Good, man. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, man.
From Dirty Drive.
Dirty Drive. Yeah.
Now I've heard you
Nice.
guys have a pretty good turnout.
We do. So I play in a rock, classic rock / little bit of everything cover band. Dirty Drive. We're going to be here on July 12th. We've already played here a few times, but looking forward to seeing you guys and making some new friends. So come out, hear your favorite iconic rock hits, and some other weird shit too. So
Date and time one more time.
July 12th, 8 p.m.
July 12th, 8 p.m.
Excellent.
Is Freebird on the menu?
There's always the one redneck in the back that wants to hear Freebird.
Yeah. You toss a bottle at him and like,
It
shut
may be.
Wow.
It may be.
That would be
Uh-oh.
amazing.
Okay.
Awesome.
Now can
So,
your
yeah.
can your
Stairway.
guitar soloist, can he hit those notes? Can he do
No,
it?
he's terrible. I'm just
Okay.
Is it you?
Yes.
What are the worst classic songs to play? Classic rock songs in a cover band.
Classic rock songs to play. So, okay, this is a weird question because some of the songs that are the worst songs to play are also considered some of the best songs to play.
The most fun.
Yeah.
Smoke on the Water, right? Everyone
Nice.
loves
That's a great
Everyone
song,
loves when that hi-hat kicks in, right? That's great. Worst songs to play. Can anyone name me one classic rock bad song?
Stairway to Heaven by a cover band is awful. I mean, you hear the original, but then you hear some...
We've pulled it off before.
I mean, that's what you said. Pulled it off.
Can I
That
say it
seems
was
very...
good?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
You got any Neil Diamond in your lineup?
Do you have a little like brown-eyed girl?
What's that?
Do you have brown-eyed girl?
Jim Morrison?
See, this
That's not
is
Jim
what
Morrison.
Is it not?
separates us from
Van
cover bands.
Morrison.
We
Oh,
can play Brown
that's what I
Eyed
said.
Girl,
You choose not to?
Choose not
but
to.
you'll probably hear Poker Face by Lady Gaga instead.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Okay,
Yeah, it's
awesome.
weird, right?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
But that's not classic rock.
We can, I know. We do iconic classic rock hits and a little weird stuff on the side.
Love it.
So we'll play Crazy Train 1 minute. Next minute you'll hear Bitty Bitty Bomb Bomb by Celine.
How about Kelly
Perfect.
Clarkson, Since You've Been Gone? I mean, that's a classic.
Hey, Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, you gotta have
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Burleson's own.
Love
All right,
it.
brother. Thank you
So,
so
yeah,
much.
thank
you.
Appreciate
Thank
it. Thank y'all for being here. Yeah, just set that down. Hell yeah. Thank you. All right. Natasha's up. And she's got her dog.
Hi, I'm Natasha Mankins with Soltrosium Wellness, and 4th of July is coming up. Hope everybody has a happy Independence Day. If you're missing out on some fireworks in the bedroom, maybe you should just give me a call because my specialty is getting to the root cause. A lot of times it has to do with your hormones, and we can fix that.
Awesome.
Excellent.
What's the name of your business one more time?
It's Soltrosium Wellness.
Okay.
Very unique story behind the name, but Soltrosium.
And we will be doing
Soltrosium.
a social media video, and we'll highlight that here in just a little bit.
And what's your favorite classic song to be covered?
Oh, that is such a good question because I love music. I would say that is such a tough question. Anything Led Zeppelin, I mean, pull the lead out and I get a smile on my face.
There you
Gotcha.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what about you?
Well, what's weird is that my favorite band is now on classic rock radio, and I don't know how to handle that. But when you see 9 Inch Nails pop up on classic rock radio, you're like,
yeah.
what world am I living in?
But they're
That
over
doesn't make
30
sense.
years old.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
How
you can
does
turn
Trent
off.
Reznor feel about that?
Oh, he's on tour right now, so we'll see.
She knows her music better than I do. And I am not
Very
intimidated
weird.
by that at all. Thank you, Natasha.
But it is weird when you see Metallica.
She is
Guns N'
one of
Roses.
our repeat offenders. She's here almost every single Tuesday. And Toto? Tootsie. Tunchi. Tunchi. I know.
I was thinking
I'm supposed
like
to know what
Stanley.
that means. I know.
Yeah, like Stanley. I thought
But
that's
it's
awesome.
Tunchi.
Yeah, Tunchi.
You
You
gotta
gotta
pick that up.
pick that thing up.
There,
Hi.
Tell them your Christian name,
my Christian,
your government name.
my government.
What's your born again name?
Oh, no.
Is that weird?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Born Savannah McBride, but I've been married. Savannah Ament now is my married.
Rock on.
But I
Stop
have
hitting
two
on her.
businesses.
Stop it.
One's more recent and more exciting. But Arrow's going to show you guys just so you guys can comment if you wanted to. But I am recently designing sunglasses.
Okay,
wire
I remember this.
and wrap
That's
the wire
kinda
weaving
rad.
around sunglasses.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let me show the camera.
So we have an arts festival here in Fort Worth every year called Arts Goggle.
Yep.
Never been
And
there.
I decided that I wanted to participate in Arts Goggle this year. Here, do this. Like this, and then you can slide
There
through
we
and see
go.
some more options there.
Have you been told where you're going to be, or what block did you ask for?
We haven't been assigned block spots or gotten to volunteer for like which spots we want, but I'm hoping to get a good spot once Megan Henderson gets back to me.
Did you request a spot?
No,
Good
we
luck.
You
haven't-
didn't?
We haven't been offered like an opportunity to
Okay.
request spots yet. Anyway, but that's what I'm doing, and I'm super excited about it. It's in October 11th, and that's where I'm kind of like debuting my sales. I've sold a couple pairs outside of that, but I'm trying not to overwhelm myself because I do have like a full-time gig. I'm a real estate agent at Fort Worth Focus, which is a boutique brokerage over off the corner of Magnolia and Fairmount.
Oh, sweet.
And
Okay.
so that's what I do full-time, and then this is like my little side hustle now.
I love that. The
So-
way to express your art.
For like the past few
really cool.
years, my sister has done. She does clothes, but she also does sunglasses out at Arts Goggle, and kills
Yeah.
selling sunglasses.
Yeah,
out there.
sunglasses, you're good to sell
I would
them
imagine.
fast.
Hopefully
I'm pretty
kill 'em.
confident that I'll do well. I've gotten a lot of really positive feedback from people within the community, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Good
think
deal.
we'll do good.
Awesome.
Still trying to figure out pricing. I think I don't want to price myself so low that I'm wasting, my time and not getting anything out of it. But I also don't want to price it so high that the community can't afford, to
Yeah.
buy something and wear something. So.
Very cool.
But I think it'll be pretty fair.
Now, if they can't make it out to Arts Goggle, how do they find you?
Social media, my phone number is pretty public because of real estate anyway, so they can text me. I'm open to selling sunglasses prior to. I just, again, like...
What's your Instagram?
Do what?
What's your Instagram?
So the business name that my husband actually helped me create is Twisted Vision. So it's
Oh, I love that.
Twisted Vision _FTW for Fort Worth.
Awesome.
So
I love that
Yeah,
with
follow
the
me.
with the wrapping of the metal and calling it twisted.
Oh,
That's really
It
good.
is so pretty.
Yeah.
Lots of vibes. So.
And if you guys didn't get a chance to check out the YouTube video, if you're listening to this, because we did pop that in front of the camera for you guys to watch, but
Go to the Instagram.
it's great.
Yeah.
Go check out the Instagram, see what she's got cooking.
And what's your favorite classic rock song to
Oh,
hear
boy.
covered?
Covered.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Fort
threw me
Worth
off.
loves a good cover
I was gonna
band.
say you threw me off with the covered. I already had an answer for not covered.
So what's your
Well,
favorite
what's your favorite
classic
classic rock song?
Oh, probably my favorite classic rock song, Led Zeppelin, When
Love.
the Levee Breaks,
Love.
and then The Doors, The Crystal Ship.
We were just, like we said, we
Yeah.
were in NOLA this past weekend. And
Me too.
oh, you were?
Not
Yeah.
this past, but the weekend before.
Oh, sweet.
As we drove around through all the different wards and different cities, When the Levee Breaks was stuck in my
When
head.
the Levee Breaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Led Zeppelin song,
Yeah.
and then Crystal Ship by The Doors.
Very
Nice.
cool. Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank you.
much. Yeah. All right, who's next? We got this orange microphone over here. If you got an event coming up, a brand to talk about, anything. You, sir, you got something to talk about? Looky, I got this here microphone, and you can use it.
Looky here.
I hope this is
How y'all
about
doing?
shoes.
You got
I'm
shoes?
Jeff. I own Cowtown Patio Covers.
Okay, right on.
Shade, screen rooms, catios. If you have an indoor cat that needs a place to go outside.
Heck yeah.
Screen
Say the
in
name of your
porch.
business one more time.
I'm sorry.
The name of your business one more time.
Cowtown Patio Covers.
Cowtown Patio Covers.
You can find me at cowtownpatiocovers.com. We've been in the area for 16 years. I've got 3 crews. They're all in-house. I don't sub out anything. We guarantee our work. And give us a holler. We can build shade and we can screen in your porch, make it more livable, keep them flies out, keep the mosquitoes out.
I might be giving you a call, man.
I know, me too.
I need your bologna sandwich without sharing it with a fly.
Yeah.
Give us a holler.
Hey,
That'd be nice.
you
Or a
ever been
mosquito.
out? You ever been out to Augie's?
Oh, one of my favorite places.
Brother, they could use your services.
Tell them to give me a holler, I'll fix them up.
I'll do my best.
And what's your favorite classic rock song?
Like Dog, Led Zeppelin, my first album I ever bought was Led Zeppelin 2.
Led Zeppelin's killing it
Have
here
you
tonight.
have you ever had a fried bologna sandwich?
I have.
Oh my
Fried
gosh.
bologna, I grew up on that.
I had one for
We had
the
a gas
first
stove,
time.
We put the bologna on the gas stove, we flipped it over and turned it into a bowl.
Yeah.
You know to cut it, where you could make it flat and just put it on the sandwich.
I had
Fried
one for the
spam
first
that
time.
bologna.
In my 52 years, this month, June, I had a fried bologna sandwich and it was so good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fried bologna and barbecue bologna, can't beat it.
No?
Hey, I appreciate it.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, big round of applause for that trooper. Come on.
Anybody else?
We got one more. Anybody
once.
out there? All right. Well,
Going
thank y'all
twice.
so much for being here. We appreciate you guys
Hey.
showing up for Tuesday at McFly's.
You don't
We're not-
talk
we're-
about that shit about floating around the earth on the back of a turtle BS that you
No,
do
that's the
normally.
morning show.
Okay, good.
No, the morning show is
Because that
meant.
shit's wrong.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, the
No,
morning
that's
show
wrong.
is meant to put people in like a good state so they can get through their day And this is more about bringing folks down and introducing
When you
them
end the
to
show, you're like, this is realistic. We're just on a blue marble floating through.
we're all going to
a
die.
giant darkness that we have no idea where we're going, and anything can hit us at any time.
You know, if you're not okay with the fact that you are a fragile, temporary object, you need to, I don't know.
I mean,
A
technically, none of this matters.
None of it does,
True.
really. And that's how I get through the day most of the time.
But hey, we got to hard launch our new podcast,
Yeah.
Yes.
Fort Worth AF.
Thank y'all so much. Because
Thank you.
I
We were
love
going to
you
save
guys.
this for Jeffrey Lord, but I mean,
Well, you know
hit us
what?
up first.
Listen, Jeffrey Lord does an incredible job of putting on quality podcast episodes. And you guys, you really took a, you know, this is a huge step down from Jeffrey Lord's show. So thank you for sacrificing quality in order to be here tonight. I appreciate
I'm sad
that.
because Thomas was supposed to be here. He said he was on his
Oh,
way.
really?
He said he was on his way. He said he would be here shortly.
Are you
and I
serious?
don't see him, so I don't know where he's at. Now I'm kind of worried.
I'd be worried.
I'm gonna
Thomas,
shoot a message,
where are
see where he's
you?
at.
Because Thomas is not a BS.
I didn't know if he was coming with Skip or not, but if you're
Oh man.
into fun chaos, Skip Redstone, find that guy on TikTok. Oh my god.
On TikTok, Skip
It's a puppet.
Redstone.
It's a puppet.
It's a person of felt. How
Hold
dare
on.
you?
Hold on. How do I have Matt Thomas in my
I don't know,
phone?
but
It's
I
not
got
Matt Thomas, not Red Pants. What's the other one?
Skip Redstone.
No. Red Pants. RoboTuner. That's what I have.
RoboTuner. Yeah.
RoboTuner. Cha cha
Well,
cha cha cha.
All right.
I can't thank you enough, man. Thank
Thank
you.
Well,
you.
thank you for
so
having us
much
out
for
here.
having us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we all done here?
Yeah,
think
'cause
so.
Okay.
I really got to pee.
I'd love to get you back on the show. And by
Okay,
the
we'll
way,
be here next week.
I would love to be on Fort Worth AF.
Dude. For
We'll
sure.
put you on the list.
All right, folks. Thank y'all for coming to Fort Worth Roots Tuesday at McFly's. We will see you next week. All right, that's Dustin Schneider and Susie Ramone at our Tuesday open live audience. The open mic comes after that, but we have a live audience recording every Tuesday, 5 o'clock, out at McFly's Pub, and you guys are welcome to come out, especially if you got something to promote and get on that audience microphone. We also do a social media video. Get on our Instagram, Fort Worth Roots, and check it out, see what that looks like. But yeah, we would love to have you out there. The Azel Academy is where we film the morning show, Monday through Thursday, 5 o'clock. The Azel Academy online at theazelacademy.org. And a big shout out to those guys for keeping the dream alive. That morning show has been pretty popular, and we're going to keep doing it. It's hell on the body, and in this recording you can kind of see the cracks forming. That was at the end of an 18-hour day, and Jacoby, the madman behind the bar, he knows how to make a drink, and it started wearing on me towards the end of that recording. So anyway, I think I've got a new rule about Jacoby drinks on Tuesday nights when recording a podcast. I don't know if that's something we need to keep doing. So, all right, and yeah, Dustin, thanks for coming out. You've always been a great friend, and we appreciate you. Susie, you are far cuter than Dustin, and you made the show so much better. Thanks for being there, and looking forward to the next episode of Fort Worth Famous. All right, let's get into these sponsors real quick. Of course, we just talked about the Azel Academy, and they made it possible for us to continue to do the morning show. Peterson's Landscape, one of our newest sponsors. They've been in Dallas-Fort Worth as the premier landscape company for over 35 years. Peterson Landscape has been providing residential and commercial property owners in DFW with the finest in landscape services. You can contact them at 817-739-8413, and they've been making guest appearances on the morning show as well. Fort Worth Float Company, they've got sensory deprivation tanks. You can find them on Instagram as FW Float Company. Those deprivation tanks are a trip, and you really need to check it out. It is the only place within a pretty large radius where you can do this kind of thing. It's the only place that provides that service. FW Float Company on Instagram. They have more than just flotation tanks, the deprivation tanks. They've got cold plunge, infrared sauna, and a few other services for mental health. The Davis team, these folks are good at what they do. I don't know what else to tell you. They sold 2 of my houses and helped us purchase our most recent one. Was out on a boat with my agent 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she asked me, she's like, because we've got a hilarious story that involved me not picking her as my agent the first go around, which turned out to be a huge mistake. And then whenever she was my agent, she sold my house in 2 weeks. She was asking me while we were on the boat, she's like, do you ever think you'd be here after not hiring me the first time, hanging out on Lake Travis on a boat? It was a funny moment. Anyway, 817-755-0504. You got any kind of property questions, there's no requirement. If you have questions about anything, holler at them, see if they can help you out. They are extremely knowledgeable as 13 full-time agents on staff ready to help out. Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf. Galaxy Wilderness is dedicated to promoting disc golf to the masses for its health benefits through outdoor therapy, exercise, and camaraderie. Find them on Facebook as Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf, also online as galaxywildernessdg.com. Phone number is 682-228-0399. McFly's Pub, 6104 LTJG Barnett Road, Fort Worth, Texas. Badass little 1980s Back to the Future themed bar with an excellent outdoor patio, complete with fire pit and room for your fur baby. Daily drink specials and fun activities almost every day of the week. See what's new at McFly's on their Instagram at McFly's Pub. Cloudland Recording Studio. It's our buddy Joe Tacky, cloudlandrecordingstudio.com. Cloudland Recording Studio is an analog and digital recording studio located in the heart of Fort Worth, just 1 mile from downtown and 5 minutes from near Southside Entertainment District of Magnolia Avenue. All right, folks, that's all we got for you today. Thank you so much. Another big shout out to Dustin and Susie. Looking forward to the first episode of Fort Worth AF. Excited to see what comes out of that. Yeah. Listen, we said it several times in this recording, but if you got a podcast, we'd love to network with you. Not just me, but everybody else that was in that room last Tuesday. Let us know. We're here to help. Okay. I think that's it. Is that it? Where did I park my car? Let's get out of here. We'll see you next week.